What's up, everybody? It's Dennis here once again with Mental Connections. We got Kenshawn, we got Ralph. Kendall's not here, but today we're going to be discussing another important topic, and that will be what is your how behind your why. Um, we all got goals that we want to complete. We all got targets we want to reach. We all have like a preset plan and an idea of how we want to do it. But do you truly know why? The why behind what you do is very important. It drives your engine when you're trying to get to the end of that goal. So I don't know who want to start it off. Ken, Sean, or Ralph.
I'll let
Yeah.
Kenshawn go
I was
first time.
about to say that. I was gonna let Ralph go. Shit.
Oh wow.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and get it started. My how behind my why. Well, as we briefly discussed off air, I'm gonna start it off with just something real general, which is work. Um, work in itself of a how is just about self-explanatory. Depending upon your occupation. Uh, but my why do I work? Um, First and foremost, I definitely work to support my family and myself. Um, I also work to do my best to set an example for my offspring. My son, in particular, uh, just mainly because he is a young man of color and growing up in this world that we live in today and trying to raise a child in this world that we live in today is not the easiest thing. He will face all type of obstacles, and I want to do my best to set an example and eventually show him that hard work pays off and that nothing is going to be handed to him. Um, Everything he's going to have to work for. Um, if something does come easy, it's probably in most cases not worth it. Don't be ashamed to get yourself dirty. Um, and then I think it just sets a big tone and fundamentally being a man. It's just based off of the way that I was raised. It's not to say that you have to be the only one that works or you have to be this breadwinner of your family or whatnot. But I think it does definitely helps with discipline. I think it helps with self accomplishment, self motivation. But yeah, those are really the ins and outs of why I work. Again, like I said, it's definitely for me to support my family. And it's also for me to eventually live a life that I want. I understand that nothing easy for everything that I want. I have to work for it. But and yeah, in order to live the lifestyle that I want, and in order to give my children the lifestyle that I believe they deserve, I'm gonna have to work for it. Not to elaborate much, but just to go in briefly of the life that I feel they deserve. I had an extremely blessed childhood. Don't get me wrong. I've had my ups and downs. I was not always able to get everything I wanted whenever I wanted it. But my aunt who raised me, she did her best to give me everything that I wanted. I was extremely spoiled. And it's that you might be like, that's a little it's how can you say you've been spoiled but you didn't always get what you want. I think I did. I just never really got it when I wanted it, at that exact time, which ultimately taught me patience, and taught me that good things come to those who wait. Not all things, um, but a lot of good things and great things come to those who wait. But yeah, man, that's my how, again, working, and that's ultimately my why. sustain family protection and to keep us out of poverty, you know. And then not only that, you know, we're living in a country whose economy isn't the great or isn't the best. Part of me isn't the great, isn't the best. So if you do, or when you are less than 48, that's the thing that you have to do your best to sustain that. So living in God is and like you know, my wife is, I know I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an entrepreneurship, and you know, sometimes we have to go for great things. And then, you know, it's the top of my career to be able to go to the next level. I feel like it starts there. You know, before sometimes you can be able to start your own business or work for yourself. You have to sometimes learn the ins and outs of what it is to even and how it is to even run a business. And depending on your upcoming and the way you're raised, not everybody was blessed or fortunate enough to be able to know know that. Even like for me, when it came to my business, a lot of things that I had to learn was on my own and just from experience and doing it. But I think that with that also comes obstacles because it's not easy, and you do need financial support from somewhere. If it's not from a loan, and even that is a form of debt. If you wasn't born into a wealthy family, then you got to work some type of way in order to get um, where you want to be and establish. So I think that with us, we're starting off the right way. We all have, jobs for source of income. This what we're doing here is the primary way of the way we want to do our entrepreneurship. And yes, it is, also other opportunities within this that we can branch and expand from. Like, the main goal is creating enough freedom and time just to give that back to our family. So many of us work 40 hours, some of us to get more. That we move from the town that spend with our family. But and that's well and my love really go to the family have time family together. We did not making money, but it's also about accountability to cover why you're making money. So many of us are making money, but it's the work of our family. And that's sometimes that we never get back. And I think about how hard my dad was and he think about how hard my mom was now. And I'm like, darn man, I don't want to be, you know, in about 20 years from now where I gotta work so much but I can't actually really enjoy life. It's just based around work, all the time. So I feel like that's all I found behind my life is creating a better home for myself and creating a strong sense of financial freedom so I don't always have to dedicate my time and afford it. And don't get me wrong now, when I say that, you can also get so drawn into entrepreneurship to where you end up losing a lot of you end up losing a you can also get drawn in entrepreneurship to where you end up losing a lot of your time and in that, which is also considered work. So just make sure that you spend your time wisely when it comes to either entrepreneurship or a job, really. And that's kind of my take on it. Is just I just want to be able to create a better tomorrow for myself and not spend so much time, working, but more so spending time with my family and loved ones. Because I think a lot of people take that saying for granted when they say life is too short. But it's actually something to think about.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you go.
Um, really knowing the how behind my why is just wanting the betterment, kind of similar to you guys, wanting the betterment for my family, for our future, just wanting them to live comfortable. Um, I didn't have like a rough childhood, kind of like Ken Sean, it wasn't easy, but my people made sure that, I had what I wanted, not necessarily when I wanted, or sometimes even did when I wanted it, but if I deserved it. So, you know, just knowing that why behind your how is just that good driving force, man. That's the only thing I can think about when I'm thinking about it. It's just that. that's what's gonna push you to keep going and just to go harder at your goals and to reach at what you're achieving or what you're trying to achieve. I'm trying to think of anything else I could say. Um, I don't know. I could see it for me. Like for an example, like I know that I want to do a certain thing for a certain reason, and when I do know that, it just makes me go hard at my goals. And like I was saying in the previous episode, you could be like this close to reaching your goal, and you feel like you're about to give up. But if you know why you're doing what you're doing, it's not going to be easy to just give up or just say, "Oh man, I don't feel like doing it today." No, it's going to give you what you need to push forward and honestly give you the energy that you don't think you'll even have, bro. So yeah, I think that's all I got.
Well, I completely understand. I completely understand. It's very easy to lose focus on your whys. So just trying to trying to keep trying to keep those things prioritized. I think is a big boost. And achieving your whys. Like you said, Ralph, a lot of times a lot of people can get so indulged into their entrepreneurship or just their workship and all that they seem to lose focus. And then even vice versa, a lot of people give up on pursuing their goals or on forgetting their whys um because it's become so draining or it becomes so long to achieve it. You end up forgetting, like, well, damn, why am I going so hard, or why am I doing this, or why do I even want to do this? So again, just trying to keep your head held high and stay focused on your whys. I think it'll ultimately make things a lot easier, and having that drive to ultimately achieve those things.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like we got Kendall in the building. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in, brother.
Yeah, Kendall, you can go now, man. It's knowing your how behind your why.
Okay, hold on. Let me get it. I'm trying to find a shirt real quick. I don't want to get on and show my big chest. You feel me?
Please don't scare the audience away with that.
Hold
Well, you might make me log off if you do that.
on. Ain't nothing wrong with my chest. I ain't fat.
Exactly. We might not even see nothing there.
Hey, it's all good though. Y'all gonna see a little pack. I don't got no six pack, but I got a little pack. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yo, what's up?
What's
Doing
up,
good,
man? What's
bro.
up? But what was the
It's your how behind your why, or your why behind your how. I think it was your how behind your why.
my why first? No, I'm going my how. Yeah, my how. My how. My how is waking like when I wake up and stuff. Um, I just I don't have to, I'm noticing that I don't need a lot of sleep no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I start work at 11 o'clock, so I go to bed around like 2, sometimes 3, because I don't need that much sleep for real. Because I already be up around like 7 or 8 o'clock. So like how I do it, man, it's just discipline myself. Like I have to get up and gotta make some money. You know what I'm saying? So I think my how is basically discipline. Just setting the time, how many hours of sleep you need, and then I get up and go get it. So my why is because my family needs this they motivated me for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? They the ones who was pushing me, like, hey bro, you need to get off your butt. You need to go ahead and do this. Like, you need to figure out why you need to do this. Why are you trying to just sit back and let everybody else, do all the work while you're just sitting back? So my why is basically, being motivated from my family, man, to keep me pushing. You know what I'm saying? Keep me going. Like even with y'all are part of my family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motivate me every single day. just doing this. So I feel like with all that going on, bro, I thank y'all for that, man. Y'all made me realize why I want to be so successful and why I want to be at the next level in my life. Y'all want me to, y'all gave me that why I want me to succeed more, and I thank y'all boys for that for sure.
Welcome, man. You already know.
Yeah, you most definitely welcome. And the feeling's mutual, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I miss yours, Randy. I miss yours. You lucky I wasn't on. I would have said something about yours.
Hey, y'all. So there you have it. Is another episode of Mental Connection. You got me, your boy Dennis, Ralph, Kendall, and Kenshawn. We'll see you guys again for another episode of Mental Connections. Love y'all.
Love, love.